How can a god of war become the god and lord of the underworld? This is the legend of Nergal, god of war, and Ereshkigal, goddess of the underworld. Legend has it that one day the gods wanted to hold a banquet, but in order to maintain cosmic order, the celestial gods could not descend to the underworld, nor could the gods of the underworld ascend to heaven. It was decided to send a messenger to invite the beautiful Ereshkigal, goddess and mistress of the underworld, knowing that she would not attend, but would send a representative who would take the divine food she was entitled to. Ereshkigal chose Namtar, her minister, to be at the celebration as her representative. Namtar ascended the long stairway to heaven and appeared before the gods. As the representative of the great goddess of the underworld, the other gods stood before him and then knelt to show their respect. However, Nergal, the proud god of war, remained seated, for Namtar was not to his liking. This was taken as an offense, for which Nergal was to be punished. Enki decided to defend him, and Nergal was sent to the underworld to ask the goddess for forgiveness. However, before leaving, Enki called him to warn him and told him not to accept a seat in the world of the dead, nor to eat of her food or drink of her beverages, nor to wash his feet, and most importantly, that he resisted the temptation to unite with Ereshkigal, even though she was so beautiful. Accompanied by 7 scorpions, representations of plagues, and carrying a throne made of wood as a present for the goddess, Nergal reached the underworld, passed through its 7 gates, and presented himself to Ereshkigal. The goddess was attracted to Nergal and offered him a seat, which he refused. Then food and drink were brought to him, but he also refused. She was offered to wash his feet, but he also refused. Then Ereshkigal went to bathe and allowed Nergal a glimpse of her body. He wanted to resist, but when the beautiful goddess showed herself again, he relented. They loved each other for 6 days, and on the 7th Nergal rose, creeping away from Ereshkigal, who was asleep, and passed through the 7 gates of the underworld to return to heaven. When Ereshkigal awoke, she discovered the absence of his lover, and Namtar informed her of his departure. Upon hearing this news, Ereshkigal fell from his throne and wept in despair. His faithful minister then offered to ascend to heaven and bring Nergal back. Namtar searches for him but does not recognize him, as Enki, with a spell, had changed his appearance. Namtar returns empty-handed, saying that he had not seen Nergal, but a minor god without a crown and who blinked constantly, which was unworthy of an important god. Ereshkigal realized the trick and angrily decided to threaten to send all the inhabitants of his kingdom to earth until the dead outnumbered the living. Nergal, enraged, returned to the nether world, broke through the 7 gates and reached Ereshkigal's halls. He seized her by the hair and lifted her from her throne in fury to behead her. But Ereshkigal confessed his love for him and offered to share the world of the dead with him as his consort. Nergal accepted, and from then on, they ruled the underworld together. If you like this video and we managed to reach 200 comments, I will go into detective mode to look for information and bring you more short stories like this one. Here is the video of the Sumerian gods if you want to know more about them.